Hello and welcome to the third stage of the Aviva Women's Tour from Ashbourne to Chesterfield, over a distance of 109 kilometers. Today's stage might change up the general classifications. With the two steep climbs in this stage, it could very well be that today's winner would also be the winner of the GC.
You've been on the rollers before the stage, so I guess you're expecting a fast start. So why do you warm up and how important is that?
Well, being on the rollers is more about just getting the race out of the legs a bit from yesterday. I think that's more the fact that I'm getting older as well, a bit of a G-so. No, I think obviously yesterday was quite a hard stage and it was wet, it was cold, and after the race you just want to get changed. So and today is going to be a hard stage. It's up and down the whole day, a bit longer climbs. So I think we have a really strong team. We showed that yesterday. We had 5 riders in that final group. So yeah, just really excited, and it's nice to have that win in the back as well, because it sort of takes away the pressure from the team. And yeah, we're going to try to enjoy it as much as we can today, and just be up there, and hopefully we can have cards to play as well in the final.
How good do you know the stage today, the climbs? Do you know where would be the place to attack?
Well, I'm not sure that I can give all this information away, but yeah, I mean, we have studied the course quite closely, and yeah, I think the latter part of the race is going to be the important aspect. The two Queen of the Mountains come quite close together, within 10 kilometers of each other, and of course close to the finish. So yeah, we'll see how it goes today. I think it's going to be a very tactical game, but yeah, looking forward to it.
Today the riders will weave their way through the Peak District National Park from Ashbourne to Chesterfield, over 109 kilometres. The shortest leg this year, labelled the Queen Stage, testimony to its severe terrain. The climbs are brutal, and with no respite, only the strongest will survive the challenge. After 279 kilometres of racing completed at a tad under 40 kilometres per hour, 27 riders are within 27 seconds of the Aviva yellow jersey held by Marianne Vos, with her closest rival, Christine Majuras, a scant 3 seconds behind.
And look, there's Molly Weaver on the front from Liv Planteur. She's been such a strong rider, pushing and pushing every day for her teammates. It seems interesting that Rabo, they're really going for this. It's almost a lead-out train to that sprint. Yeah, and it's all, of course, to help Marianne Vos, the winner of the first edition of the Aviva Women's Tour. Coming up to the line, oh, there it was. And it was Vos that got it, but I think, yes, it's confirmed, 3 seconds for Vos. Once again, Leah Kirchman's up in the mix for the 2 seconds, and it was Majuras that got the 1 second. But there's Koppenberg and Hannah Barnes speeding up there. So nice to see her at the front, especially after her horrible ankle injury last year. Yeah, it'd be nice to see Hannah Barnes get to the finish to deliver her sprint. She won the final stage in the Tour last year. Now then, when they do get to the summit of this climb, 57.7 kilometres, remember it's the longest, the Queen Stage, and arguably the hardest at 109. But if that gap has grown, then I think 1 or 2 riders in this peloton are going to get seriously concerned, and a lot of the big markers have missed the move. Well, there is the line. It's not a problem for Hall. She crests the top in first position and adds another 6 points to her tally. So she is tapping it out very, very professionally on the ascent. Well, Dora's just slipped back a couple of places. She'll be pleased with that. She'd like to try and profit from a lead out off one of the other riders, but here they are now. They're starting to wind it up. We're getting close to the line, and on the front we have got leading it out. It looks like Roxanne Knetemann. Knetemann is leading it out, and there's a big challenge coming from Dora, but I think she may have left it too late. Oh, that was a really close sprint. It's academic because the time bonuses for those 3 will not affect the overall. Right, it was Knetemann that got the 3 seconds, from Dora the 2, and it was Slick that picked up the 1 second. Christine Majuras, she's second on the general classification, just 3 seconds behind Marianne Vos. Oh, and look at the back. This is the front group. These are the sprinters at the back. Jolene Dore really struggling. But on the front, that's Ashleigh Moolman Passio making an attack off the front of the group.
just look at the steepness. They're all out of the saddle, trying to lever the gears over. But the chasers are starting to get themselves organised here. Moolman and Longo Borghini, and it looks very much to me as though Armitstead is struggling to get up to them.
Yes, we don't often see that. Armitstead is such a good climber. She's known for these planetary attacks. And it's interesting to see the difference in styles between riders. Those pure climbers like Hall and Spratt sitting comfortable in the saddle, and while the others at the back are really struggling.
But they are dangerous riders here. Borghini is 11th at 17 seconds and Moolman is 29th at 17 seconds. But if Armitstead can bridge, she will be a serious breakaway rider, because she's 8th overall at 16 seconds. She doesn't look concerned. She's riding it within her own capabilities. And they've crossed the summit of the climb now. Well, there we are. We can tell who crossed it first. Katie Hall in the leader's jersey in the Strava Queen of the Mountains. So that's another 6 points for her.
Here they are coming to the corners, 1 kilometre to go. Remember, there's 4 tight corners and 300 metres of cobbles to finish this race.
Yeah, and a steep hill to negotiate. Look at the kids out here to give them a cheer. And there's only one rider that they're cheering in that front group, and that is Lizzie Armitstead.
Oh yes, in match she's been wearing the Best of Britain jersey, but if she can swap it for the general classification Aviva jersey, she'll be very happy tonight.
Well, it's looking like Armitstead is brimming over with confidence here, because she's trying to keep them all on the right shoulder, hugging the left curb as well. But here goes Spratt. Spratt, the Australian champion, trying to surprise the world champion, and Spratt gets the front position now. So Armitstead just cautiously taking the left-hander and locking herself in tight on Spratt, and the peloton have now gone under the 1 kilometre sign as well. This is the next left-hander, and down the steep little drop. So they're lining up for the run to the line now, and it's Spratt, the Australian champion, still on the front. Armitstead waiting then to spring the surprise and try and get over the Aussie champion. Round the next left-hander, and they're approaching the cobbles that'll bring them up to the line. Here we go then. Armitstead now beginning to apply the pressure, and it's Armitstead beginning to try and go clear of the rest, and she is going clear of the rest. Coming up to the line, Armitstead is going to win stage 3 here in Chesterfield at the Aviva Women's Tour. And how important is that? Second is Ashleigh Moolman, and third was Longo Borghini, Amanda Spratt fourth. Now, how important is that 10-second bonus? Armitstead has got to be 10 seconds clear of Voss on the line to take the yellow jersey. The clock is ticking, and the pressure is being applied, and that is Voss. And she is on the front, trying to bring the peloton in here and limit her losses, but she has lost that jersey, because there's more than 10 seconds gone since Armitstead arrived at the line. Voss burying herself, but it's been a costly day for Marietta Voss, and the new leader of this race is Lizzie Armitstead with that fantastic stellar performance.
Congratulations, Lizzie, a big win, I guess, on a cobbled street. Tell me about the finish.
The finish was very technical. We knew that going into it, and luckily it was a small group. That's what we needed. So Danny relayed the finish to me in the radio a few times going into the final. I just wanted to hit the cobbles first. I didn't want to take any chances, so at least Longo Borghini had some teammates. So Wiggle and Chantal kept that moving, and then I just knew that the group was going to be too big, and the peloton was getting closer, and I thought, right, we're going too slow, we need to attack it. And I attacked a couple of times, but we're kind of running out of climbs. So I went on, not really a climb, but an open, horrible section, and the strongest in the race came with me. Very special, yeah. We're still a good hour away from my house, but it's kind of local territory, you know. The roads are very similar up near me and Otley, and my family is here today, which obviously I don't get to experience very often, so it's very special.
I saw the bank road climb was really steep.
Yeah, that climb was amazing. It was really, really nice and really steep. Moolman went fast uphill there, and we found each other. And then Armitstead came back. Then we caught the break, and Yolene rode really, really well, because she tried to help me. And then eventually we were again with us three, Moolman, Armitstead and me, plus Spratt, and we came into the sprint, into the final.
You know, everyone knew that it was going to be the Queen stage. A lot of there was a lot of climbing today. I think probably it started off a little bit conservative, but when that group of 11 went away, I managed to slip myself in there, which was just perfect for us, also being high up there on GC. And when Lizzie, Eliza and Ashleigh came across, then I knew they're the ones that I had to be watching, so I was just about playing it smart leading into those last 10-15 kilometres, and really happy that I could follow Lizzie's move over the top of that final climb. And it's the first time I've been in that sort of company heading into the final, so for me it's a huge step and really showing that the form's coming along and the climbing's just improving.
So it is the world champion Lizzie Armitstead of Boels Dolmans that wins the stage just before Ashleigh Moolman of Bigla Cervelo and Elisa Longoborghini of Wiggle High Five, with Amanda Spratt of Orica AIS only 3 seconds behind them. That means that Lizzie Armitstead is the new leader in the Aviva Women's Tour with a 5-second lead over Moolman and 7 seconds over Longoborghini. Spratt and Vos follow closely. Anything could happen in the next 2 days. Next up, the peloton heads to Nottingham for stage 4 to Stoke-on-Trent.